Imagine a dataset of 100 banking transactions. 95 of these are routine, everyday purchases, but 5 of them are fraudulent, critical anomalies that a machine learning model must identify. There are 2 ways a predictive model gets things right. It correctly identifies the legitimate transactions, known as true negatives, and it correctly flags the actual fraud, which we call true positives. But there are also 2 ways it can fail. It might flag a normal purchase as fraud, a false alarm, or false positive, or it misses the fraud entirely, letting a stolen credit card slip through. That's a false negative. Now, consider a spectacularly lazy model. Instead of looking for patterns, it simply predicts that every single transaction on the board is normal. Because 95 out of the 100 transactions are indeed normal, this lazy model achieves a 95% accuracy score based purely on the volume of its correct guesses. But despite that high score, the model is useless. It caught 0 cases of actual fraud. This is why measuring a model by its overall accuracy is dangerous. When one category heavily outweighs another, a system can achieve statistical success by simply ignoring the rare events that carry the most weight. To evaluate skewed data, we stop looking at normal predictions and isolate instances where the model flagged a target. This is precision, measuring trustworthiness. Out of every flagged transaction, how many were actually fraudulent? High precision means you can trust the alarm. Next, we set aside the model's guesses and look strictly at the verified cases of fraud that exist in reality. This gives us recall, measuring completeness. Out of all the real fraud that occurred, what percentage did our model successfully identify? Splitting evaluation into precision and recall prevents a model from hiding. It can no longer mask a terrible detection rate behind the massive sheer volume of the majority class. Isolating these metrics creates a constant trade-off. Model A is extremely strict, yielding perfect precision but missing nearly all actual fraud. Model B is hypersensitive, achieving perfect recall but destroying trustworthiness with a massive pile of false alarms. To find the middle ground, data scientists use the F1 score. This metric acts as a single value designed to balance these competing priorities. The F1 score relies on a harmonic mean rather than a simple average. If a model has high recall but 0 precision, a standard average would still give it a 50% score. A harmonic mean will plummet towards 0 because it is designed to emphasize the lowest numbers. This math forces predictive models to be genuinely balanced. It ruthlessly penalizes any AI that attempts to compensate for a massive weakness with an extreme strength. In the real world, shifting these priorities has tangible costs. A single false alarm results in a rejected credit card at a checkout counter, abruptly stopping a customer's life over a harmless transaction. In medical diagnostics, missing a single diagnosis can be fatal. Here, engineers prioritize recall. They accept the friction of false alarms to ensure that every positive case of a disease is caught. In contrast, a bank that freezes thousands of legitimate accounts to catch one minor fraud creates an operational disaster. In those environments, engineers favor precision to keep legitimate services running smoothly. When both false alarms and missed targets carry unacceptable costs, engineers rely on the F1 score to calibrate the system and find the exact operational sweet spot. We begin by breaking down predictive errors into a grid of positives and negatives. We translate those into the dual metrics of trust and completeness, and finally, we fuse them into the F1 score. Accuracy measures basic correctness, but when rare events carry the highest stakes, true reliability requires the balanced synthesis of the F1 score.